Have you ever wanted to create a large chalk image, but couldn't figure out how to keep everything the right size and shape? Today, I'm going to show you one of the most reliable methods that I use, the grid method. Whether you're creating driveway chalk art or prepping for an upcoming festival, this technique can help you transfer your image accurately and confidently. I'll walk you through the entire process from start to finish, and I also have a special bonus for you at the end. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lisa, a certified master chalk artist, and I love sharing my art and adventures. Before you start chalking, it's helpful to have a plan. Knowing what you're going to draw ahead of time can help with everything from composition to color selection. For this demonstration, I'm using a 4-foot by 4-foot design, but this same method can be used for larger pieces as well. First, get your reference image onto your desktop computer. You can also do this on a tablet or phone, but I prefer a desktop because it's easier to work with layers. Go to canva.com in your browser and you can create a free account to start designing. I have the desktop version of Canva, so I'm going to go here and create a new design, and then we want to do a custom size right here on the bottom, and we're going to change the units here to inches. So we're going to put 4 wide by 4 high and create new design. Go up to File and over to Settings. We want to make sure that rulers and guides are being shown. We want to add guides also. So we're going to change the default to custom. We want 0 space in between. And then this is going to be 4 columns by 4 rows. And we're going to add guides. Next, I'm going over to Elements. And I'm going to type in line. And I want this shape because that I will be able to alter the thickness. So we're going to pull this solid line, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. So we moved this line right in the center of our guide, and it's a little bit thick right now. So I'm going to change the stroke weight from 4 to 2. So then I'm going to drag it all the way to the side here. And then I want to duplicate this layer and position it at the next guide. Repeat the process, and sometimes I like to frame out the top edge and bottom edge too. Zoom out so you can see the whole image. We're going to copy all these layers. So I'm hitting Control C on my keyboard and then Control V to paste. And I'm going to rotate these by -90 degrees and put these in position. Okay, so here we have everything lined up correctly. So I'm going to highlight all of these layers. So what we want to do is group these layers together. So I can either right click and do group, or I can also do Control G on my keyboard. So now that I have my grid, I'm going to take my reference image and I'm going to drop it right into this one. You can adjust it any way you want to make sure that it's centered. See, you can just move it around until you get it where you want it. So I like this here. So the next step is go to position at the top, and we want to put this reference image underneath our grid lines. Now we see the grid lines are on top. I don't like the black lines per se, so what I'm going to do here, you can change the color of the lines. So I'm going to change to white so that I can see my grid lines clearly. So you can save this and use this image on your phone or tablet when you go out to the pavement, or you can print out a reference and take that with you on a clipboard. We will need our gridded reference, soft pastels, a blending tool, knee pad, and tape measure. So the first part, I'm going to start measuring the bottom half of my square, and I will mark a T shape along every intersection point where the base line is and every 12 inches. So I'm going to repeat that process along every side of the square. There are two ways you can mark your intersections. You can use a tape measure or a yardstick to mark the intersection points, or you could go to the hardware store and get a chalk line tool, which someone suggested to me once. It's great for bigger spaces, and I would highly recommend using it for larger chalk squares. You can get someone to help you hold the other end, or you can use something like I'm using my water bottle to weigh it down, because I'm used to working solo and I've perfected this over the years. You just hold it tight and then snap the chalk line like so. Before you move the end, you want to make sure that the line is visible. Sometimes you'll have to snap it twice, but it turned out fine for today's purpose. If you're just starting out though, don't worry about getting a chalk line tool or any fancy things. Just use what you have around the house, like a tape measure, and that'll work just fine. Okay, so we're ready to start sketching, and I'm just using a plain piece of white Crayola chalk, and I'm working one square at a time. So I'm building generic shapes, and we're not worried about detail at this point in time. So just make sure you get the generic shapes down and we'll be fine. Another thing you can try is take a broomstick and attach some chalk at the end of it, and you can stand up with your clipboard and sketch out the generic shape so you can see the overall picture better. Now this doesn't always work that great because you use up the chalk really fast, so you have to refill it, and if you put one in there that's too long, it could break or fall out. So I'm trashing that and I'm getting back on the ground. The reason we don't want to do a lot of detail at this stage is because this is where we stand up and look to see if both of the eyes are the same size and they're level with each other and the proportions are correct with the overall image. And please don't forget to stay hydrated. It's very important that you drink water throughout the day while you're outside. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel, and I would love it if you subscribe to join me for more chalk art basics. Comment down below if you're going to start gridding, or if you've tried grids before, or if you learned something new in this video. As a bonus, I've linked a few grid templates that you can try for yourself down in the description below. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.